Hello guys, and thank you for participating and playing co-opcraft and helping me out in my master thesis. I really appreciate it. The purpose of this video is to showcase some basic information and some different possibilities for your abilities. The game is a fast-paced game. There's a lot of information. But don't worry if you can't remember everything. You're not supposed to. Most of this information you will be able to read again in-game, and it's a lot of information. I know that, so I'm just showcasing it so that you have at least seen it once and know what to expect. And when you read something in-game, then you can also go, oh, just like in the video. So this is basically the purpose of the video. Okay, well, we're here now in the game. Co-opcraft is a collaborative and cooperative tug-of-war, and you'll understand why. There's two objectives, main objectives. One is to destroy this big construct, Zelna construct, and the other is to protect this temple. Destroy the construct, win the game. Lose the temple, lose the game. That's quite easy, right? Now there's this main lane, as you can see, with one allied tower and 4 different enemy towers in the way of both the construct and the temple. There's allied waves of minions and units that will spawn here and will fight throughout this lane until they actually get to the construct. But likewise, there's also enemy waves of minions going the opposite direction. So they'll be fighting in this main lane, and you should push along with your troops to be able to destroy the towers one by one and eventually get to the construct. Now, as you kill enemy units and gather resources around the map, you will want to spend these resources that you gather here in improving your army and your hero. There's 2 basic structures where you can do this. F1 is for the training structure and F2 is for the research structure. You can either click on these buttons to select them or also press F1 or F2 to select those structures. Or you can even come here to the top left screen of the map and select the structures by yourself. So both heroes have their own training structure. There's only one hero here right now. In the training structure, you can recruit new units for the allied minion waves. These units, for those of you who have played StarCraft 2, are quite similar to the standard ones in StarCraft 2, but they also have their differences. I'm not going to showcase them, all of them here, but I'm going to show 2 new units being recruited. They appear just here. So these are the units that will spawn periodically along with the allied waves, and we can see this here. The 2 new units that I recruited are now spawning alongside the waves. There's a limit on each unit's type, so you cannot just spam infinitely one type of unit. You will have to gather a varied army. Now in the research structure, you can improve your hero stats, your hero's abilities, and your army. These 3 basic upgrades can be upgraded up to 3 times each. They are basic weapons, armor, and health. And they don't just improve your hero stats, but also spells. So if a spell does damage, improving weapons will also improve that spell's damage. If a spell improves defense, then having more armor will also make that spell increase its effect. There's 2 extra upgrades over here that you can get for your hero. They basically increase the attack and the vision. They're also handy to have. The second row has the new abilities, or improving the abilities that you already have. They go in pairs, so getting one of these would cancel the other out. And also in upgrading one of them will also unlock next level abilities. So read them carefully, or now I will showcase them to you so you can see all the possibilities that you have. But here you can upgrade your abilities or research new abilities for your hero. And here you can upgrade the units that are in the army. So for example, if I upgrade this one, then all the Corsairs now became Phoenix. And that's the type of unit that will be spawning here. And finally, there's an upgrade for the temple. For if I get this upgrade, Kerrigan has this upgrade, then the temple gets an attack and can defend itself better. The other hero has a defensive kind of upgrade. So if this tower falls, I would recommend that you get the upgrade for the temple so that the temple lasts longer. Now, before you ask which is the best thing to get or which is the best strategy, I believe that balancing both recruiting new units and improving your hero should be balanced. Like, you shouldn't neglect recruiting units and you shouldn't neglect improving your hero. That's what I personally believe, but of course there's different strategies, and I believe that all possibilities are relatively balanced. Be sure to be spending your resources. You can select these structures anytime during the game, but of course I would recommend you doing that whenever you're healing in the base or when you're dead and you're respawning and you have nothing else to do. Yeah, but be sure to be spending your money. Anyway, now I'm going to showcase you the different heroes and their different abilities. So this is Zeratul. He's the first hero. He's a melee warrior and attacks with his sword. He can attack grounded units and can collect minerals. His role is kind of a tanky role. He can take hits better than the other hero, but especially after you upgrade his armor and his health. He comes with two abilities in the beginning, Blink and Void Shield. Blink is just a teleportation to nearby places, which, by the way, you can either click here and then select on the map to teleport, or you can also use hotkeys. I prefer myself to use hotkeys. For Blink, the hotkey is B, so I just press B and teleport, just like that. Teleport is especially useful to teleport between different platform levels, which you would otherwise be impossible to cross. And volcanoes, your base and everything are in different platform levels, so you'll be using this ability quite often. Blink can be upgraded into two different variations. You will have to choose one. The first one is Boosted Blink, which reduces Blink's cooldown and also teleports to farther away distances. Just like that, you see that it teleports much farther away. And it also grants you a nice shield that will last for 2 seconds and will absorb a bit of damage upon landing. So it's nice to land on enemies and absorb some damage while you use this. So you can see it's quite a nice improvement. The other variation is called Lightning Blink, and after jumping and teleporting, Zeratul will cause some area damage upon the enemies and stun those that are still alive. So let's see this in action. And there you go. Really nice, huh? So the other ability Zeratul has is called Void Shield, and it grants him and nearby friendly ground units some protection, some shields for some time, which can really help decide the result of a battle. Here we have some allies, here we have some enemies, and we're going to use the Void Shield over there. You see that they get some extra void, some extra shield, and they last longer and clearly decide the result of this outcome. Now, the ability can also be upgraded to 2 different variations. You will have to choose one of them. One of them is called Vanadium Shield, which apart from absorbing damage, it also raises the defense and also lasts longer. We can see this in action. And this time it will be even more effective than last time, and it lasts longer, as you can also see. The other alternative is Void Duo Shield, which is like the original Void Shield, but it absorbs double the damage. It doesn't increase the defense like Vanadium Shield, but it absorbs twice as much damage as the original Void Shield, so it's also a nice upgrade. Now, once enemy units begin to increase in numbers and clump up, you will want to research one of Zeratul's area of effect spells that he has in the Forge. The first one is called Caustic Storm, and basically it summons a storm that will cripple enemy units in the area. You see that the health of the units is slowly going down. But apart from crippling enemy units in the area, it can also heal friendly units in the area. There you see that those marines got all the health back over there. which is quite nice. The other ability is called Confusion, and it will force enemy units that are affected by it to attack each other. Look at it, it's really fun. And there you see them, attacking them against each other. You can also research some passive area of effect fields that Zeratul will constantly emit wherever he is. You see him now emitting one of them, which is called the disruption field. And what this field does basically is reduces the attack and movement speed of enemy units that are nearby Zeratul. And we can try it. Let's attack, activate the void shield, but you can see that they're attacking at much slower speed than what they're used to. They're affected over there. So that's one of the fields that he can emit. The other field is called energy field, and it kind of does the opposite thing. It increases the movement and attack speed of friendly units that are nearby Zeratul. So we're gonna try this with these allied units. You see that they're now having that small boost. And let's see how they fare against those units now. I will not attack, I will just let them do the rest. And you see that despite the others having 2 Marauders, they were able to clearly win. And finally, you will also be able to research the ultimate ability for Zeratul. There's 2, so you will have to choose one of them. Here the first one is an execution beam, which deals quite a lot of damage to enemies in a straight line, both to ground and air units. So let's see this in action. Finish, just like that. And the other ability is Xipho Cut, and it basically slashes an enemy unit for a high amount of damage. Like, it starts off with 900 damage, but as you increase Zeratul's weapons, it will be even more damage. Let's just snipe that unit over there away, and that's how it was. And cast another Caustic Storm because it's fun, and I can get some health back. So this is Kerrigan. She's the other hero. She's a ranged attacker that can attack air units, and she can also collect Vespene gas. She hits harder than Zeratul, especially after upgrades. She also starts off with 2 abilities, Leap and Spawn Hydralisks. Leap is just like Blink, allows you to jump from different platform levels, so you'll be using that quite often. But it also stuns an enemy ground unit if you use it on them. You cannot attack ground units, but you can at least stun them, so you can go away from them. You can upgrade Leap. You have 2 possibilities. First, you can upgrade it to Stealth Leap, which allows you to jump much farther away. Its cooldown is reduced, and you also, as you see, you become cloaked for a few seconds. When you're cloaked, only detectors can hit you, so just like its name suggests, you'll be much more stealthier with this upgrade. The other upgrade is called Queen Leap, and it heals you and nearby allied units when you land, which is nice. You restore health. And Queen Leap also allows you to stun more than just one ground unit when you use it. So yeah, it's also a nice upgrade for Leap. The other ability Kerrigan has is called Spawn Hydralisks, and it basically spawns some allied monsters where you order them to be spawned, and they greatly increase Kerrigan's prowess and attack possibilities. They don't last forever, and even though you see them there standing idle, in the real game, if they are not attacking something, they will be redirected to attack along with the enemy forces, so you don't really need to micro them that much. There's 2 possibilities to upgrade these monsters. One of them is called Spawn Nagalisks, and they greatly increase the attack, so you can see that those units are going down much faster than with standard Hydralisks. The other possibility is called Spawn Basilisks, and they're also improved Hydralisks, with the difference that they last longer, and they can also attack ground units. Ground, spawn the basilisks, and you see them there attacking both ground and air units, which is really nice. It's also a nice upgrade. You will have to decide one of them. You can also research one of two Kerrigan's blast attacks, either Kinetic Blast or Erosive Blast. Kinetic Blast can be cast from far away and snipe an enemy air unit just like that. Whereas Erosive Blast does less damage, but it stuns the enemy over there, and the enemy that is stunned will also take more damage during the time that is stunned. So you can decide which one to use. Kerrigan can also be upgraded to emit an area of effect field. This first possibility is called Squad Sight, which you can see is involved over there, and it increases the attack range of friendly units that are nearby, as well as reducing incoming damage by 1, which is also a small but nice defense boost. You can see that they are attacking at a huge range from there. The other possibility is called Cloaking Field, and you see that nearby friendly units are cloaked. Kerrigan is not included. And while units are cloaked, they cannot be attacked unless spotted by a detector. Let's try this. Now, they will be able to be attacked now because there's a science vessel over there which detects. But if I take it out, now they cannot be attacked. They have to go and attack Kerrigan. So it's a nice way to protect your units as if you take care of detectors. Kerrigan also has two ultimate abilities. The first of them is called Thunder Ripple, which will create quite a big wave and stun enemy units that are caught by for 7 seconds. It's quite powerful. Just boom, just like that. And we're gonna spawn now other units to take care of this. The enemy units that are stunned, now I cannot attack the ground units. The enemy units that are stunned will take some damage while they're stunned, so it's quite an impressive ability. The alternative is called Spawn Regalisk, and basically you spawn this huge flying creature which has a lot of health, attacks, can attack both ground and air units simultaneously, has different abilities too, and there's also something funny that you can do. It can abduct or pull both friendly and enemy units to itself. So it can save other units or pull other units to itself. But as you can see, it also does not last forever. But it's also a powerful creature. Some final remarks now. You can get healed back here in the base. You just need to get back into this platform and you'll start healing, as you see here. Also, while your main objective is to push along this lane and get to the construct at some point, you are more than allowed and should at times try to obtain more resources by fighting feral monsters off the main path and go to these volcanoes and collect the resources that are here, because this gives more resources than just plainly killing the minions that attack you. Be sure you're going to the right volcano, to the volcano that has the resources that you can pick up. A green ping in the minimap, like the one here, means that there's Vesping coming out, whereas a blue ping in the minimap will mean that there's minerals coming out. Yeah. So a blue ping in the minimap means there's minerals coming out from the volcano. Also be very careful with the Titan. The Titan is this huge creature here. If left unchecked, it can destroy your structures, your towers, really quickly. So it can attack both ground and air units simultaneously, but on the other hand, it can be attacked by both air and ground units. This means both Kerrigan and Zeratul can attack it. There's a few units like the towers, like this great big Listerak. Basically, ground units that are big can be attacked by both Kerrigan and Zeratul, despite them being ground. But most of the other ground units can only be attacked by Zeratul. Air units can only be attacked by Kerrigan. Also, there's no need to be always pushing in the lane. As well, there's no need to get all the resources the volcano gets. Multitask, do what you feel you need at that moment. and also work together with your partner. That's important. You should be speaking with him or chatting with him in game. You can chat by pressing enter, typing a message, and then your ally or your partner will get that message. But I hope that most of you will be side by side and playing together. So please speak. Don't forget that this is a cooperative game. And well, good luck.